Hello everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. This will be a mid-June message, alright, for all signs. Long time no see. Hope everyone is doing okay. Got the Three of Cups in reverse come out, followed by the Hangman. Let's see what's going on. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so that way you get to know when I post. Give me 3 more cards. Oh gosh, okay. Let's see what is going on here. Alright, and your overall energy on the bottom is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. This mid-month message is really challenging you to be aware of the company you keep. Because you already know that you're enlightened, and you already know when it's time to close a chapter and begin anew. And you also know when someone's doing so much as far as like overindulging, just putting 20 on 10. Someone's putting 20 on 10. And in this season, I hear your new challenge is to be mindful of the company that you keep. The company that you keep could very possibly be one of those type of crowds that it will sway you to overindulge, party, really just not be really who you are, which is like a person of high morals, someone who is really confident and secure in themselves. All right, so be mindful of that. Moving forward, you already know that if you don't have a balance, it's going to hold you back from being able to accomplish what you want. All right, just like if someone was in this Three of Cups in reverse energy, where pretty much you're just overindulging, they're like binging on things. And what's happening is it's really putting a pause on them. And this is an energy around you. So again, with the company that you keep, make sure what they're doing isn't interfering in what you have going on. Are you able to accomplish what you've set yourself out to do where you are? Are you? That's the question. And the follow-up question to that is, how so? Answer: the company you keep. The company you keep has influence over if you can, be successful and like move forward in whatever you do. Or is it going to compromise your pacing and it's going to cut you short? Your overall energy you had out here was the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and that deals with like a commitment and like laziness and procrastination. You started out with the Three of Cups in reverse. So again, it's it's the people you entertain, the company that's around you. You're enlightened enough to know that if you don't practice control, it's going to create an imbalance. It's going to stress you, as well as You know, anytime you take a detour on a road that you don't know, that know your way around, you're going to have to come back around and start again, and then just hopefully be able to retrace your steps to find out where you went wrong. Well, this is what's going to happen should you not regulate what's around you. I know it's the summertime and we all want to be out and we all want to be seen, but not all people need to be around us. Not all is necessary. Not all is necessary. But there is going to be an ending coming up pretty soon. That's going to give you some type of clarification. That's going to give you some type of like renewal. You do have the death card out here. You do have the star, you do have the moon, and you do have the strength card. Meanwhile, again, like I said, in the past, the type of person that you were dealing with wasn't a person that really necessarily understood how to move in a manner where they adult or they mature or they see another side, or needless to say, they can have some type of accountability for their actions, and that's not what I'm seeing. So if the high priestess is out here and yet you have these cards out here of 6 of cups in reverse, all right, temperance in reverse, the fool in reverse, this can't be you. This has to be around you. I don't feel that this is you. I feel like if you were in a party, you're watching folks go back for thirds and fourths for beer, whatever's being passed around as party favors. I see you watching all of them, and the people that are doing all this overindulging and partaking in all of this stuff, that's the company you came with. So whether this is an eye opener for you to know, like, not everybody is tried and true like yourself, high priestess. People do have their things with them. You have to make sure you know your thing, know what you're good at, know your lane. Because ultimately, whatever crowd you're around or you're entertaining, it's going to slowly bring you into their orbit. And what I don't want to have for you is you having to learn from failures. Failures that I feel will look like and feel like to be unnecessary. Yeah. I don't know what this crowd is that you're going to be around where they're lackeys. Like, really lackeys. Page of Wands in reverse on the bottom. And then you had the 3 of Wands in the upright. Alright, so again, it comes to a point in time where it looks like, oh wow, it looks like you made a plan to go forth, which will make sense because, hey, you are enlightened enough to know when an ending needs to happen and a new cycle needs to begin. That will bring you balance. It will also help you, you're following your tuition, you're following your instincts. You're following your instincts. It may be scary, shaky, oh my, but you're willing to follow your instincts. And that does take strength, and it takes it inward and out. The gag is, by the time this person realizes that they need to look forward versus dealing with whatever was in their past, it's going to be too late. 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords underneath that. It's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. Because something's coming in that's going to be manifest. And make sure that you do take time for yourself. Don't try to overcommit just so you don't think about it. That doesn't really help too much. But I do see you having like an unlimited amount of creativity. I hear it took one investment. Maybe that investment is just you, just loving yourself. And I hear this already when you decide to realize how big of an investment your spirit is and being in peace is, it could very well be disappointing to walk away. This person, though, they knew what was coming. let's just say they know it was coming. Don't want to, but once you walk away from this person and then just like go through the disappointment and the withdrawal of it all, you're going to come back and you're going to get your power back. You're going to get your power back, and you're going to have that resilience come back to you. It's not that, you know, this person like really boggled down your instincts. It's not that this person really boggled down your strength. It looks like you're just a different fucking breed. You're a different breed, being that you got lions out here, dogs, wolves, all types of stuff. Horses, you name it. You're a different breed. You know, birds, you know, like you can't not, like every animal has a different set of needs and desires, all right? They have a certain set of things that are different from the others. And whether they can see through stuff, or they can understand things, or they have a different perspective, or they just really understand and respect time and karma and endings and cycles. Yeah. Order to chaos, I hear. I'm also getting like a twin flame feel here, just off of the black and white in the pictures. And the present is the gray area for some of them, for some of whoever you're dealing with. Your skies are clear. They're bright. It's this other person. Just like it's gray in this death card, it's gray in this 8 of Cups. Yeah, like you can't change things that don't want to end. You can only create transformations for yourself if you're willing to go through the change. I don't feel like this person here is willing to go through that change and shed that skin, you know, because again, you being a high priestess and this person seeming to just kind of be in a gray area, they have to be willing to shed that skin, just like you did. But just like I caught myself, you wanted to. Somewhere in whatever you dealt with, you saw it to be very important. And this is why you have all these golden days, these grand risings. And then when it comes to this other person, it's just like doomsday. And it's gray. It's gray when you try to be there. Like literally, look at this person in front of this card, like in front of this horse, like really like on some no, please don't, last person standing regardless. Like, well, I mean, hey, you can be who you are, but that doesn't mean that it will be good for me. So, you know, as much as it is a disappointment, gray is gray. So, wow. Okay. Well, at least now you know. If it feels weird, if it feels uncomfortable, but in your head you don't seem to have any type of feeling more or less about it, just know that was to happen. Like it was ordained to happen. Alright. So I put up the cards, but I should have kept them out so I can clarify. But wow, double confirmation. 2 of Pentacles, death, rebirth. Yeah, someone's had their bags packed, waiting for this ending to happen. Because otherwise, why does it feel so euphoric for some folks to like close a chapter and begin again? Maybe your world revolved around this other person in some type of way. There had to be something about them that intrigued you. And again, just like if you look at the circle on the card, it has different colors. This person had many faces. Many faces. Five of Swords. Said it was complicated, huh? Ace of Cups. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Wow. Yet again, it was Nine of Swords was in the first deck. Nine of Swords was in the first deck. Overall energy. This is my second time seeing this Page of Swords. Six of Wands. Three of Wands. Four of Cups. Oof. In the head about you. Ooh, just being blinded. I think that's you giving your heart a rest. Because you need to be back to filling your cup. This person isn't enlightened to see. Like I said, there's a light about you. There is a light about you. And I love how... Wow. I'll get to that part in a minute. Okay. So like I said, it's been on your mind. It's been on your to-do list to get out of that gray area. Alright? You're mostly a vibrant person. But it was what you didn't see that may have intrigued you to like this person. Time reveals all things, and the next thing you know, like, this person has a lot on their shoulders that literally, I don't feel like it has anything to do with you. I feel like they are slowly drowning in whatever is like weighing them down mentally. But again, you do have an Ace of Cups out here, and you do have a Ten of Cups, and you can very well want that with another person. I feel like this is you. Some of you may travel to like a coast or a beach over the summer. It's very beautiful. And it's interesting because it's almost as if like you're going to find your happiness in a place like where you least suspect it. But it's going to feel real. On the other hand, your Magician in reverse, your Knight of Wands in reverse, your King of Wands in reverse. Let me tell you, this person couldn't make whatever they wanted to have happen. They couldn't. And it's crazy because they've been like this for a long time. They went from a Knight to a King, and it's still in the reverse. I feel like this person may be in a younger sense of time frame that you were dealing with. When they were younger, they were probably bullheaded or stubborn. And then when they got older, it's like whatever they went through hardened them. So whereas, you know, they can have a strength to them. But is that really strength, or is that rage? You have to be careful. You know, some people can say, oh, I can do this, I can do that. They talk a big bark, but don't have nothing to show for it. They come around the corner, they come with the shadow, the silhouette, and it's a fucking chihuahua. But yet they barking like they're a bull mastiff around the corner. You don't know until you get right up on them. And when the light hit them, they were not of what you expected. Now, this is the thing. Because I do feel as if like sometimes a bit of the past comes back to you mentally, and it gives you some type of adversity. It keeps you up at night, and you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. Like you just can't shake it. Like it's the past has a way of returning to show you things. And maybe this person could be parts of the past. They can be glimpses of the past. They can have red flags of the past. But I feel as if like you are either walking down a road and it's like deserted around you, or you're literally in the middle of a rainstorm in the middle of a field in your bed sleeping. And you know how like nightmares and stuff can wake you up? Well, the rain hitting you in your face on top of the nightmare, on top of the flashback, on top of the PTSD, that's where this Nine of Swords energy is coming for me. It's like the past wants you to repeat itself. It's literally like night and dark. it's playing advocate here, and it's like, you know, the dark doesn't want to see the light, and the light has adversity with the dark. This is what makes it so that maybe, you know, you're a person that draws a very fine line, but you can handle yourself. You can handle yourself. There's a strength about you. Again, you're a different breed. There's a strength about you that people are just really just flabbergasted and baffled as to how you are able to be pressed like a panini with certain things. People can totally, you know, be in your orbit. However, you know, they cannot be in line with your spirit. And somehow, some way, you still seem to have a light about you. And it's like you're in this bubble. And it's like, you know, as long as you have the Most High and you continue to stay enlightened and realize and work on your weaknesses and continue to strengthen your strengths, it's remarkable how you may feel like you're the odd person in the group. However, you're the one that stands out because you're so bright. That goes for aura, energy, you name it. And you're smart, you're quick on your feet. You use what you know to be able to learn more. I do see you being very popular. I don't know if you're in the arts. I don't know what you do. But you're in front of people and they love you. Again, it's that light. The rare breed wins again. Again, you have a Three of Wands. This Three of Wands here, that's you looking forward to a future. Peace. Four of Cups. I feel as if, like, honestly, this is just you just getting tired of the things that been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Not everything that is a distraction is worth the attention. Some of you may be celibate, or pretty much like your boiler room, whatever part you have or parts you have, they're just really off limits right now. You're taking a moment to pause, not to stir anything else up, but more or less, you know, just using knowledge versus having to relearn failures. So you're not even bothered at this point. I do see you with this Star card out here in your overall energy, and that I feel is beautiful, being that you're connected, again, like I said, you're connected to a higher power. You have an enlightenment about you. All these cards, like, oh my gosh, they're all bright. They're all bright. And I hear you have a sacred place. Some place where, you either meditate or you're able to have that connection with the higher power and communicate with them. This is why I say you're so enlightened. This is an interesting mid-month message. I still like it though, because it's not coming off as if like you're resisting. It's coming off as if like it's showing you, if you want to stay enlightened, you have to continue to feed that enlightenment to yourself, your energy, and reading, doing whatever else that you do to keep your energy high, vibrant, and up. This spread is to give you kind of like, maybe like a fast forward. Maybe you have someone that's like older around you, and though they may see you as happy and chipper and great to be around, they may have their own things that through the decades and through time, they just really haven't adjusted themselves to accept and process and grieve or go through whatever they need to go through. And in essence, what happens is it hardens them. And when it hardens them, that means it's always on their mind. Front, back, side, it doesn't matter. Middle, it doesn't matter. But those things have hardened that person or this person's energy around you, where this is a prime example of showing you, and you being so connected to the Most High, being able to see this. This is what it looks like when you do not forgive and live. This is what it looks like when you do not forgive and live. Life moves on. You had an 8 of cups, you were walking away. But guess what? 10 of cups, bitch. Life moves on. Heal your heart. Get yourself back together. It's okay that you still want that love, that wholesome feeling. Remember, you're already complete. The wholesome feeling just comes from, being with someone that's an equal counterpart to you. Like I said, I do see you with someone that just gets it. Like you two gets it. It's interesting because I feel like some of you, you may be jumping the tracks. It is Pride Month. Ain't nothing wrong with it, okay? And so, growing up, maybe you did like boys. And now that you're older and you have aged and you've been through things and you matured, that may not be the case when you get older. It may be the same sex. But don't fear, because life is a little bit more understandable with someone that can identify with you, right? I think that really is what's going to take the cake for closing this door with this person here that can't manifest, wasn't able to get it right then, not being able to get it right now. There's just as they had you up at night, maybe because of their actions, maybe they repeating patterns that they're used to. Like I said, you'll do a different breed. So if they don't study what it is that you need, they're going to keep doing the same thing that they're used to, thinking it's cool and acceptable. So now, karma has come full circle, and now this person is up at night crying how they had you, probably. Hit the like button if it resonates. And you said, you know what? I'm going to take my ideas. I'm going to write down what I need to do. And I'm just going to, relocate. Reposition myself back to where I deserve to be. Because everything I do There's everything you do, there's a warmth to it, I hear. Again, that's that light that I'm talking about. All right, that's that light I'm talking about. You do got a lot of air here. Let me see, air, fire, water. So now that we know, I'm glad that you're really being accountable for who it is you want to be moving forward. And I think that is so awesome. That's so awesome. That accountability and you being connected to a Most High is what sets you apart from whoever it is that you typically deal with, right? When you mature, it changes your altitude. When you harden yourself and you become stubborn, everything stalls. Let's see what your karma cards say, and then we'll be up out of here. Ooh, child, that's deep, honey. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button to let me know that you are here and part of this message, any part of this message resonates. I'm definitely going to be trying my best to be back more often. You know, I have 3 channels, so the other 2 take a lot more effort and work and attention from my team. This is just a channel that I like to do when I'm able to have a moment off or a moment to myself. I love energy. I'm very intuitive when it comes to auras. So yeah, I really would love for you all to come back. I really would love for you all to subscribe. You know, the more subscribers I receive, the more it motivates me. Oh, I love that. I love that. I didn't even flip the first 2 over. They came face down. But, wow. 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 Ooh, okay. This is all I need. Thank you. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Overall, on the bottom, for humanity's sake, your hopes and wishes, do it for the future. I can't make this stuff up. Like, I can't make this stuff up. You are looking forward to what is after. Okay? This is what you will seem like when you get older if you don't continue to work on yourself. And so your overall energy is your hopes and your wishes, and you wanting to progress forward for the future. So let's see what's going on here. Your dreams, your beliefs, dedication to achieve, what makes you feel secure, respect, energy, confrontation. Okay, so let's see here. Again, be a part of something overwhelming. All right. Whoever this energy was in the spreads throughout this entire video has an overwhelming energy about them. And for you, it's very fast paced because even though it's an upbeat speed, this person is, as far as like them moving from one place to another, having a lot on their mind. When they dumpster dump all of that out and start talking and speaking and stuff, they can take your breath away almost. Like the anxiety kicks in, like your throat chakra gets dry, and it just feels like, you know, there's not a lot of air in your windpipe. You know, that person got a lot on their mind. Why? Okay. Now, of course, you have your beliefs. You know, you use the most direct ways to get what you want across and done. That may come at a cost of, some may not understand your personality, or they may think it's a bit abrasive, though others may think it's passionate. That's you. Again, you are a different breed. Again, your dedication to achieve, you being willing to move forward, even if it does end in a disappointment or overwhelming feeling that things have to change, there has to be an ending, there has to be something in place for a transformation to happen. And a lot of times, transformations, breakthroughs, those don't come through unless a person feels safe and stable. When people feel stable, they feel safe. So, when it came to your peace of mind of if you were to lock a door and be inside with whoever is in your crowd or whoever it is that you're entertaining, and let's just say, for instance, their mask does slip. Remember, the door is locked. Do you feel secure being in the same place with this person or no? We have to ask that question. Things are getting very serious outside. This could very well be a person, God forbid, that has been through DV, I hear. So you have to think about those type of things. Rewind it back, What is going to give you support versus, what you feel like you have to deal and tolerate in order to feel like you're in the company of someone who cares. The utmost high cares. He's always around you. So accepting energy that just takes your breath away, takes you off course, distracts you, disappoints you. These are none of the things Most High want you to feel. Okay? And again, the gaining of respect for or from someone. You can be very well just trying to make sure that you have respect for yourself and what it is that you want to stand for. It doesn't always have to be based off of, oh, well, you made me feel this way, do this and I'll feel better. No, how about this? How about when it comes to respecting my peace, you don't want to overindulge. Okay, when it comes to respecting someone who doesn't seem to be real understanding and forgiving of the past, okay, you give them their space. You respect that. And, you respect that, getting the correct help isn't always something others want to do. But for the ones that do it, they do. And they do great if they want to recover. But for the ones that don't, I feel like you get more respect, you gain more respect from others respecting their space than you trying to come in and you see this person doesn't want to change, don't want to do anything different, and you just keep on. That drains your energy. Again, it goes right back to the last card. Energize. You want to confront something. You're trying to force yourself to do something. And it's just like, look, let's confront one thing at a time. Is this person zapping your energy? Are you used to being in your soft girl era? Now you're like Queen Latifah from Set It Off? Like, let's be real about it. Let's confront it. Because as long as we keep it in the dark, it's not going to go away. Light is the best disinfectant. And if we're not able to be honest with ourselves, or at least force ourselves to be honest in a way where it can heal us, then whatever it's going to be is what it's going to be. If you're a different breed, and so is the other person, for them to realize that you are, that means you two are not as alike as y'all think. So learn the lesson and close the chapter. That's it. It doesn't always have to end in disappointment. Disappointment happens when we stay too long. And whoever this energy is that's around you in mid-June, they're going to literally, their actions are going to check off all the boxes they aren't very familiar about with you. You don't overindulge because you like to walk a line where you're able to make sure everything is how it needs to be, set up how it needs to be. It's your life. You know what you want to do. You know how it may need to be set up. You know how much work you got to put into it. You know what your journey is. And Just because you're on a highway doesn't mean that every time you see a sign on the side saying, hey, you can entertain and eat and drink and piss and live here, doesn't mean you got to take every exit. Get what you need and get to your next destination. Learn the lesson, close the chapter. So this is what I have for you all. I hope this resonates with you. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. And until next time, I hope you all take care. And yeah, just take care. See ya.